One of the intruders would never make it back to the ship. The plane was hit by a Soviet-built SAM while diving towards its target. The pilot was killed sometime after the ejection, and the bombardier navigator taken as a hostage. None of the men involved in the attack had chosen to leave early in the morning. That decision had come from Washington, far from the familiar carrier decks of the 6th Fleet. Whether or not the attack on Lebanon would have been more successful had it been carried out at night is a matter of history. What is certain, however, is that all intruder crews undergo intensive training in mock night attack missions. For an aviator in training, these night missions can be a hair-raising experience. Pilot Pete Rasnick remembers taking a new bombardier navigator on his first night flight through the mountains.
West and the squadron in. He said, "No way!"
Weaving through mountain valleys at 300 knots in total darkness is clearly an unnatural experience. Over the years, the A6 community has developed ways of making substitute for the real thing. This flight simulator, located in Oceana, Virginia, consists of an authentic A6 cockpit placed in the center of a perfectly spherical room that provides 360 degrees viewing surface. As with real Navy flight operations, the carrier landing is the most difficult stage of this simulated flight. However, a mistake on the simulator simply results in more training. In reality, the smallest mistake means disaster.
Coming through 400.
Naval pilots, if the pilot is coming in too high, for an effort to catch the wire.
Power, wave off, wave off.
In over 3 decades of service with the Navy, the intruder has undergone a continuous phase of improvements to keep pace with modern technology. But one aspect of the intruder mission that has not changed over the years is the camaraderie between the two men who fly it. In the intruder, knowing the person you fly with is as important as knowing how to operate the plane. Bombardier Mike White knows the value of this relationship.
The importance of flying with the same person, landing procedures and so forth. You fly with the same person, do the same routines over and over again. The two of you are used to that and pretty much know what the other person is going to do.
However, even more important than knowing each other, the two must trust each other.
Trust is paramount in this aircraft, and the designers took that into account when they designed this aircraft by having us sit next to each other, and we'll fly down 200 to 500 feet in mountain valleys in the pitch black, and that elicits a lot of trust between the two, because I can't be looking at the radar and he can't be watching exactly what I'm doing. One of the reasons they pair us up as standard crews, so you get used to your crew members' idiosyncrasies, things like that. You know exactly what they're going to be doing, and they're very predictable, and you don't have to waste time guessing.
Yeah, I trust him, or I wouldn't fly with him. In fact, I trust any of the pilots that are in this squadron, that I've flown with. If I guess for whatever reason I didn't, I wouldn't fly with them again.
In the years to come, most of these two-man crews will be split up as the intruder is slowly phased out of service with the Navy. Although it proved effective in the Persian Gulf, the austere physical environment of the 90s leaves little room for aging military hardware.
You fly an airplane for 7, 8, yes, the capabilities are behind what we can make and what else we can use out there. But it's going to be sad to see it go. But other aircraft, we see them come and go. We see them complaining about their maintenance problems and their shortcomings. But we always seem to make do what we have in the A6 community. We always seem to overcome any obstacles that are thrown in front of us. We're used to having to fight all the time instead of having things come easy. And I think
Conceived by the lessons learned during the Korean War, the Intruder will soon join its retired shipmates in the silent graveyard, located in the hot, dry desert of southern Arizona, very far from the familiar pitching deck that has been its home on the sea for 2 generations of naval flyers.